Wow, so you have to get a guy that you will sleep with and tell him that this is his pregnancy because you can't say this is my child, because I'm a man of God and touch not the anointed one. And he told me that I should protect him as my father and I should protect him as a man of God. He's an apostle and was anointed by God and was called by God. And he started touching me, saying, "Yo, you real pregnant?" And he went outside of the car because I was at the back and he was in front. He came to me. He was pushing me and forcing himself. Then he violated me because he had power over me.
I am reading from
Thank
Times
you
Live.
and welcome
It's
to
also a South
the
African
channel. God
based
bless you.
newspaper. And it reads, a 40-year-old pastor from northern
Unfortunately,
KwaZulu
this
Natal has been
is
sentenced to 20
what
years
it has
imprisonment after being found guilty on 2 counts charge of rape. In a statement on Tuesday, provincial
it
police
leaves bitter
spokesperson
taste
Captain
on the mouth,
Obile Gwala said the
Yeah.
pastor Sibusi Sojera
but unfortunately, that is
Yasekazi
where we are.
appeared in the Ulundi
a
Regional Court
40-year-old
on Monday
man
where he
who
was sentenced.
is
The
said to be a
accused was a
pastor,
spiritual guardian to the
had just been
19-year-old victim
sentenced
and
to
raped her
20
while
years
at his house
imprisonment
in
for
Kutu
rape.
in
I'm going to read it out
2018.
from
He instructed the victim not to tell a soul
the news.
about the
It is in the news.
ordeal.
It is not
Since
something
it was going to
hide. And of course,
his
you know
reputation
that
as a pastor.
this sort
Said
of
Gwala.
nonsense sells.
The victim, who was traumatized,
and once it has to do
told
with
no
the
one
church,
and continued going to
it
church.
is always
like
marketable.
nothing
Once
happened.
it has to do with pastor,
Gwala said the
and
pastor
church,
who was entrusted to pray for the victim,
forget about it.
as
It is
she
a
was
sellable
not
news.
feeling well, raped her
Right?
again while
Now,
they were
it will always
attending
take
another church
the
service
front page
at West Bank in
of every
2018.
national daily.
Tired of being silenced,
It will.
she reported the incident to
You know,
her
that is
family,
why I am so
who were
miffed.
shocked
I'm so
hear such
gutted.
news.
Why
A case of rape
these
was
people
opened
will
at
continue
Ulundi
to bring disreputation,
and the docket was transferred
reproach
to the Ulundi Family Violence,
to
Child Protection and
the
Sexual
name of the Lord
Offences and the House of
unit.
God
And so
for
the
further
news has it.
investigation. The accused was arrested and made several court appearances until he was convicted and sentenced. And actually, this is not the only newspaper outlet that carried this news. There are several others like this one here. There are just several others. It is also on News 24. It is almost everywhere. You have it in allafrica.com, which reads, yesterday the Ulundi Regional Court sentenced Pastor Sibusi Sojerad Nyathikazi 40 to 20 years imprisonment for 2 counts of rape. This is after the accused, who was also a spiritual guardian to the 19-year-old victim, raped her while at his house in Kutu. So it is basically on almost on all national dailies and is now trending on social media. Now, Solomon Zanga Shams had the victim herself interviewed, as Solomon alleged that or claimed that the victim contacted him in 2018 when the incident was still fresh. So he had her interviewed on his YouTube channel, and I'm going to play the video to you now. I want to ask you to watch the video and don't fail to put down your comments, like the video please, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. I'm gutted. It is so disappointed. It is a terrible thing, you know, that people who are committed, the things that were committed into their hands, rather, they are beginning to eat things that were committed, sacred things committed into their hands. I wonder how a father will eat the child's meal. I wonder how a father will violate her daughter. And this is what they claim, spiritual fathers. May the Lord help us. I'll be seeing you in the next video, and I hope to have a better thing to give you then. Till then, I remain your brother in the Lord, and I want to say to you, Shalom.
This story of Pamela is an encouraging and inspirational story. In spite of the backlash, she never gave up. She kept going. She kept going. She kept going. At one point, she thought like just throwing away everything, but she refused. All right. So Pamela is joining us now, finally. Hello, Pam.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine.
Finally, you joined us. Are you using your mother's phone?
Yes, I'm using my mother's phone still, but I don't see camera, but it's fine.
No, look over there. There's camera there. All you need to do is just to click the camera.
I'm trying to click, but still.
Still.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Why? You switch on the other phone, right?
Yeah, I did.
So that's why I can hear myself echoing.
Oh,
So you
okay.
need to switch off the phone that you're not using.
Okay, let me switch off. Do you still hear yourself?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I can still hear myself, but very faint.
Yeah. But I see you.
You of course you would see me. Well, we had wanted to see you, but it's fine since you can't get the camera right. But you need to switch on that. You need to switch off that phone, or you need to come out of the program from that phone because I can still hear myself repeating myself.
Okay, wait. Can you still hear yourself?
No. Okay.
Okay.
I can still hear myself, but yeah, I can still hear
Well, I
myself.
don't know why. Like I've switched off this phone. It's off now.
Or you switch it off already.
Yes, it's off.
Okay. Anyway, let me see. Sure, it's not my phone. Anyway, let's just manage and start. I think there's quite a lot of people that have been waiting, so let's just hit it going. So Pam,
Yes.
this is about 3 years later now. You finally got justice.
Yes.
The pastor who violated you a few days ago was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Pastor Nyatekazi.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I'm happy. It, I'm so happy I can say, though there is no imprisonment that can erase rape pain, but I'm happy. 20 years, it's fine with me because he's away from me. So yeah, I'm happy.
How does that happen? Tell us about how you met him and how he became your pastor and how he took advantage of you.
Okay. It was 2012 when I first saw him. We met through a family friend
Okay,
who is also a
just hold
pastor
on.
back in
Hold on.
cked.
Hold on, Pam. Pam, can you log out and then log in again? Okay.
Okay.
Yes, just so we can get the echo out, and also maybe your camera, you can get the camera click on. Yes, just so we can get the echo out, and also maybe your camera, you can get the camera click on. I'm glad that she's happy. You know, I'm glad that after all that she's been through, you know, like she said, 20 years is not going to erase the pain that was inflicted on her by this man. But at the same time, at least she knows that he's far away from her. And he's not just far away from her alone, but he's far away from other girls. Because I'm sure she's not the only person. There are other people, but because of the pressure, when the court case was going on, even before the court case, they now decided to withdraw the case. You know, so which is really quite sad. But Pam is back with us. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, though we cannot see you. So we get back to where you were explaining to us, how did you meet this pastor? What sort of role was he playing in your life? And how did he get to a place where he violated you?
Okay. We met back in, it was 2012 when I first saw him. We met through a family friend who is also a pastor from KZN. And then first time he was preaching, it was a revival, and then it went on. I keep on seeing him on different revivals, whole night prayers. He'll be praying for people, um, like doing miracles and whatnot. So when time went by, I had problem like I couldn't sleep at night. I was having bad dreams, blood, water, and I couldn't sleep. Like I had nightmares, and then I asked for prayer. I was 17 years, if I'm not mistaken. By then, it was 2014 or so, 17 or 16, yeah. And then by that time, he prayed for me, and then even gave a word of prophecy. And then we became close from there because I did not have a father. My father was in prison back then. Like I did not know him. I only knew that he was alive, but he was in prison. So he played a part of being a father in my life. He mentored me. He was a father I never had, like a loving father I never had. So that's how we get to know each other, and we became more and more close. He was like my biological father, yeah. That's how we met.
So your role, I mean, getting to know him and getting closer to him was just not a role of somebody who's
Getting to know him and getting closer
spiritual.
to him was just not a role of somebody who's
Spiritual. I can hear that echo again.
I can hear that
All
echo
right.
again.
Oh, I don't know why.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see.
Okay. Let me see.
Hi, Pam. Can you hear me?
Hi, Pam. Can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem is, but I'm gonna make my questions.
I don't know what the problem is.
Mm.
I'm gonna make my questions short now.
So he wasn't just a spiritual father.
So he wasn't
He was
just a
like a
spiritual
father to you
father.
because your father
He
was in
was
prison.
he was like a father to you because your father was in prison.
Yes, yes. He was not just a spiritual father. He was a mentor, a father, a pastor. Like he was, yeah. He played a huge part in my life. Yeah, I can say.
So you get to meet him, and you also get to meet his wife and family.
So you get to meet him, also get to meet his wife and family.
Yeah, I met his wife. I met his by then he had only one daughter, so I met her daughter, his daughter and in-laws, a wife. Like I met everyone, and they loved me, all of them. So I met everyone. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Uh,
Mm.
Uh,
and his church.
and his church.
How often do you go to the church?
How often do you go to the church?
I used to go when was it? I used to go during holidays, December time. And okay, there was a time when he called me to come and attend some services. I think it was twice or so. I went there. He wanted me to give some testimony. I went there. Yeah, we normally go when it was Sunday during December times. Yeah, on holidays. Yeah,
But for a young woman like
But
you,
for
why
a
did
young
you trust
woman
him enough?
like you, why did you trust him?
he was a man of God. He was a man of God. He looked so trustworthy, and he acted so innocent, and I trusted him so much. And I was very young. I was just a girl because I was 16 or 17 by then. So I trusted him so much. Yeah,
And tell
I
us
can
about that.
say.
I think was it night when he first violated you.
And tell us about that. Violated you.
Mm. Okay, it was December. Yeah, it was 2016. Um, he called me during the year saying, "How are you, my daughter? It's been a while. I haven't seen you for a while." And then I said, "I'll see you on December," because I was here in Joburg. And then when I was in KZN, up and down because my brother was stabbed. And yeah, and then he said, "I'll see you soon." I said, "Okay, it's fine." Then there was this night when he called me and said, "I'm around your area. So can I see you?" It was late. I said, "Okay, it's fine." And then he came, he called me and said he was outside. When he saw me, he was so happy. And I was to see my father. We talked, and then he said he was on his way to get some petrol. And then I said, "Okay, cool." He said, "Can we go and check if um we can get a petrol again?" I said, "Okay, fine." We went to town, and when we get there, the queue was very long because it was December time, and our town is so small. And then he decided that let's just go to Ulundi and then we'll come back. I said, "I can't go to Ulundi. Like, Ulundi is far from home. So, like, now my parents are sleeping and they think we are sleeping. How can I just go? You know?" And he said, "No, the angels are with us. We will come back just now. Nothing will happen to you." Like, he convinced me, and I said, "Okay, it's fine." We went to Lundi. Um, while he was driving, we're just talking, and he was talking about spiritual things, yeah, here and there in the Bible. And then I think after an hour, no, after 20 to 30 minutes, um, I've, yeah, he, okay, sorry. After 20
No,
to 30 minutes,
Pam, do you have
while he was driving,
No,
yeah,
Pam,
Pam,
do you have a head? Do you have headphones? Can you put on headphones if you have headphones
Do you have headphones? Can you put on headphones if you have headphones
or
okay,
earphones?
or earphones?
okay.
Trying to eliminate.
Trying to eliminate.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can
Yes,
you
I
hear
do.
I
me?
can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Uh, is your phone on
Is your
loudspeaker
phone on loudspeaker?
or
No,
Or
I'm using
Okay.
headset now.
Okay.
Something is definitely wrong.
Hello?
But it's fine. Go ahead.
It's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. He did not go to the garage as he was promising that he was going to get some petrol. Um, the next minute, I saw his car. It was parked at his house, and then he went off and came back and called me, and I was like, no, and he was busy calling me, and then he opened the door and said he wants to talk to me. Okay, I said, okay, fine. We went inside his house. Uh, then we started talking. He asked me, how am I? I said, I'm fine. And he started asking like questions, like personal questions. I can say, yeah, because he asked me when last did I have sex, and am I using any pill to prevent pregnancy, and do I have a boyfriend? And he started telling me that his wife is not around. He went to Mutu with the whole family. I said, okay, cool. And I said, no, you know what? I want to go home. He said, okay, you will go just now. Can we just talk a little bit? And I'm having a heartburn. He said, okay, I'll sort it out. Stood up and go to a kitchen and came back with some liquid. Something was liquid like water. Uh, I don't know what was inside, but it was liquid, yeah. And then he gave me those words. It was water or a drink, I don't know. And then he gave me that and said it will help me for heartburn. And then I drank it. I said, oh, this thing, it's so sour. And he said, no, finish it so that you can go. I said, okay, fine. After that, like I was hearing him, but it was like he's so far from me. And then
After you drank what he gave you.
some,
After you drank what he gave you.
yeah, after some minutes, like I had a blackout,
You had the
and I
blackout
can't
after you
remember.
drank what he
You had
gave
a
you.
blackout
Yeah,
after you drank what he gave you.
yeah, yeah. And then I couldn't hear or feel anything. But what I remember is I woke up and he was next to me. He was naked. I was also naked, and I was full of sperm. I was sweating.
So he gave
And
you
I
a
started
drink
asking
because
questions
you have
like,
a
what
heartburn.
happened?
So he gave you a drink
Yeah.
because
Because
you
you
have
have
a
a
heartburn.
heartburn. You
Mm.
drank, and
Because
then
you have a heartburn. You
Yeah.
drank,
things
Yeah.
started, your
and
brain
then
started going around, and you
things
blacked
started, your
out.
brain started
You
going
woke up,
around,
you were
and
naked, he
you
was
blacked
naked on top
out.
of you, and
You
there was
woke up,
sperm
you
all
were
over your
naked,
body.
he was naked on top of you, and there was sperm all over you.
Mm. He was not on top of me, but next to me.
Okay?
Like we were in bed, and he was next to me, and we were both naked, but he had a towel on top of him and sweating. And then when I started asking questions, he told me that he is my father. He told me that he is my father, and even if he did not do this, I would have said yes to have sex with me.
Mm.
Yeah, I would have said yes, and he told me that media is scared of him, the police are scared of him, and he is a man of God. I've seen him doing miracles, um, and I'm his daughter. Like everything that have happened, it was the will of God. And and he said I should stop crying and go to bath. And that's exactly what I did. I went to bath and he took me home. And along the way we went to garage and he gets something for me. He said it will help me for not getting pregnant. And then
Mm.
after that he took me home. Yeah. Then yeah, I think a month or so, no, during the week, I told them that I'm still wondering what happened, and I, I, I'm so confused. Sorry, I'm
Mm.
so confused, and Yeah, I really want to know what happened because it was so devastating and confusing at the same time. He said it was the time went by and I found out that I was pregnant.
So you found out that you were
I told him
pregnant
that I'm
from
pregnant.
that
So you
incident.
found out that you were pregnant
Yes.
from that incident.
Yeah. Then I told him that I'm pregnant. He said, I told him that I want to have abortion. And he said,
Okay.
I can't have abortion since he's a man of God.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a man of God. I should just get a guy that I would sleep with and say this is his child because I can't abort since he's a man of God. And I remember, okay, there was some event, not an event, but a movement. There was a church service that was in KZN. My parents and I were going there, and he asked me if I was coming. I said yes. And he said, okay, my daughter, listen, we have to talk about that pregnancy and whatnot. I said, okay, it's cool. When I got there, he was busy calling me and asking that have a service started already. I said yes. And then I went to sleep because I wasn't feeling well. I was 4 to 5 months by that time. And he called me, it was around 2 to 3 a.m. He said he's outside. I went there. Um, it just drove off to. He just drove off and went under the bridge. When he got there, we started talking and asking me that, what will I do? That guy's so arrogant and he's so full of himself. Like, when someone just talk and he doesn't care. And he was like, yo, you are really pregnant. Wow, so you have to get a guy that you will sleep with and tell him that this is his pregnancy because you can't say this is my child, because I'm a man of God and touch not the anointed one. And he told me that I should protect him as my father and I should protect him as a man of God. He's an apostle and was anointed by God and was called by God. And he started touching me, saying, "Yo, you're really pregnant," and he went outside of the car because I was at the back and he was in front. He came to me. He was pushing me and forcing himself. Then he violated me because he had power over me. I
So he
started
did that
crying.
again for the
So he
second
did
time
that
whilst you were
again
pregnant.
for the second time whilst you were pregnant.
Yes, he just did it again.
In the car under the bridge.
In the car under the
Yeah, it was in the car at the back.
Hmm.
And then he told me that it was the will of God and it's his first time doing this. Sometimes the will of God is painful. That's what I should understand after everything that has happened in my life. I should be understanding by now that the will of God is so painful. He took me back and told me to wipe off the tears and took me back where we were sleeping. And afterwards, I was drowning into depression. I was, I felt like the whole world is against me, and I wanted to die so hard. I was bruised, I was heartbroken, and I was bleeding. I left church and I left everything behind. I wanted to start afresh and start my own life, but I couldn't because I was pregnant and I decided to have abortion. I went to clinic. They said they can't help me since I was already close to 5 months. I then went for safe clinic, safe abortion. I went for safe abortion, and they gave me 2 pills to use. The one is used to, the one is you just take it under your tongue, and the other one you just take it. Yeah, there. And then I saw my baby. It was it was so hard. Like it was so hard. Um, and then after that, I used to hear voices. I used to hear babies crying. I used to hear many voices, people screaming, and I would hear myself screaming. But like there was a lot of noise, and there was a lot of things happening in my life. I used to cut myself. I tried committing suicide more than 5 times to 10 times because I really wanted to die. Afterwards, I attended a psychologist. They told my mom to go to clinic and get a letter from social workers. And then he got a letter from social worker. He took me to a psychologist. I went to psychologist and I started attending in psychologist. And afterwards, because this thing was bothering me, I was drowning in depression. Um, that when I started calling you, I got your number from Facebook. I called you and I told you everything. And I told my mom. And I told some mom from the church. And then I told you you advised me to, excuse me, to open a case. And then we did. Afterward, they took me to the doctors to check me, and I started attending in psychologist again. They took me to psychiatrist because my condition went to being worse. And then that's when I was diagnosed with depression, manic depression, and I started taking treatment. I attended my case from there. I remember trying to call the pastor's wife. He told me that I was lying. Like this thing has happened so many times. Girls trying to lie for
Hmm.
his husband, for her husband.
That's what the pastor's
Yeah,
wife
that's
That's
told
what
you
the
when you
pastor's
told her
wife
what
told
happened.
you when you told her what happened.
yeah, that's what she said. And then he blocked my calls, my messages, and everything.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So I remember you got in
So
touch with
I
me,
remember
and I
you got
advised
in
you to
touch with
open a
me and I
case
advised you to
because all
open a
this while you
case
didn't
Yeah,
open a
because all this
case,
while you
and then
didn't
you
open a
opened the
case,
case. You
yeah,
sent me
then
the
you opened
case
the
number.
case. You sent me the
That
case
is
number.
around
yeah,
That is
2018.
around 2018.
yes. Yeah, it was around 2018 when I opened my case and they started investigating, and my case was approved. It went to court. And when we got to court, he said he doesn't know me, and the wife said she knows me. And yeah, it's all started there. Yeah,
How was the whole
How was the
court
whole
process
court
and
process
also
and also the
the legal side of things for you
legal
and
side
the
of things
attacks
for
that
you
you got from
and the
members of his
attacks
church?
that you got from members of his church?
yeah, court, yeah, it's draining. So draining. Like they drag you there. They don't care how you feel, and they don't care about your emotions, about they don't care how you feel or what happened to you. They just ask some question, especially his lawyer, and his congregation was always there to support him. They would laugh at me, mock. When I started testifying, they would just laugh, and I felt like I was a fool. They would just laugh at me, um, but still, I would testify, though though I would feel so small there, but still I'll testify. And they used to send messages. Some were using fake accounts, some were using their accounts. They would post, they used to post, they would tell me that it's not over. Others would say I'm lying for a man of God, a prophet of God. Others would say I'll die, touch not the anointed one. They'll tell me to go drop the charges because what I'm doing is wrong and I'm lying for a man of God. Yeah, they would send different messages calling me with names. It was so hard. Like, Solomon, it was hard. I won't lie to you. This journey, there was a time where I tried committing suicide. When I was attending a case, I would call my advocate and tell him that I want to drop the charges because I felt so intimidated by everything. It would come with a lot of people there, people with scars, scary people. So I was so scared. Even people who had to testify for me just drop out without telling me. I had no support. I think only my family was supporting me, and I was also scared for my family because I did not know what he would do because I would get calls. They would be like, "Hi, this is your friend so and so. Where are you?" They always tried getting my location where I am. They used to ask people where I am, and I would be called by different people saying, drop the charges at least, let's sit down and talk. He would pay the damages and everything. But I told myself that this man has already killed me, so why am I scared now? Because I felt like I'm being raped every day. My mind was so traumatized. Like I was like, my mind is being raped each and every day. Although I knew that there's no imprisonment that would erase the rape pain. What I went through, the pain I went through, nothing will erase it. And there is nothing that would take away that pain. But I want him to know what he did to me was so painful and I was suffering. And telling my story while he was there, it's kind of brought some closure because afterwards I was relieved. It was like some burden was taken away from me. Um, yeah, it was so traumatizing
Mm.
and scary, but I pushed and I went through. And though it was not promising that I would win a case, since everyone just dropped me out, like people were going to testify, but I pulled through. And an advocate was pushing for me. He said I should, and I did not till he was evicted and he was sentenced. I was so happy. I was so happy. Though there've been messages, they've been threatening me and saying a lot of things. They are supporting their dad and whatnot. But the support I was getting, I did not care what they say and how they feel. So yes, that's my story.
Mm. Mm. There's just a lot of support for you on Facebook right
There's just a
now
lot of support for you on
and
Facebook
YouTube.
right now on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's almost 700 people, close to
It's
700
almost
people
700
watching.
people, close to 700 people watching.
Yeah.
As Norman Day is saying,
As
I am
no
glad you
Monday
got
is saying,
closure.
I am glad you got closure.
Thank you.
I am in tears now
I
because
am in tears now because
of the pain you went through.
of the pain you went through.
And secondly, I remember when you
And
called me,
secondly, I remember when you called me,
I had to
Yes.
insist you
I
go and
had to
open a case
insist you
with
go
the
and open
police.
a case with the police.
Yes, you did.
If you had not opened a
If you
case,
had not opened a case,
this man would have gotten away
this
with
man
it.
would have gotten away with it.
Yeah.
And that was why I had to
And that was why I
insist.
had
Go
to
open the
insist.
case
Go
and send
open
me
the
the
case
case
and send
number.
me the case number.
Yeah.
Even when we met,
Even when
go
we
open the
met,
case. I
go
said, go
open the
open the
case. I said,
case.
go open the case.
So when people see
So
what
when
I
people
do,
see what I do,
they don't know the behind the
they don't
scenes
know the
sometimes.
behind
They
the
think it's
scenes
just for me
sometimes.
to come
I think
here
it's
and
just
talk
for me to
about
come
this.
here and talk about this.
Yeah.
But the pain that you and your
The
family, I
pain
know
that
your mother
you
has
and
been
your family, I
supporting
know
you.
your mother has been supporting you.
Yeah. She did.
How did that
How did that
affect your family?
affect your family?
My family was affected because I introduced them to him, and they used to offer many things. Like he would call them to ask some money. Um, when he's hosting some revivals, so he would call them and said like he needs something like this and that, and they would give because they trusted him. Like they've seen him in my life and brought some changes. So it's affected them more, especially because they attended one movement and they used to see him. So it's affected them so much. Yeah. But they've been so supportive a lot. Yeah.
During your case,
During
the
your
girls who
case,
were
the
supposed to
girls who were
testify
supposed
for
to
you,
testify for you,
they refused to.
they
Why?
refused to. Why?
Okay, first time they said yes, they would testify, and the other one said she can't testify because she was raped before, so it brings some lot of memories, pain, and everything. But she would just support me. She can't testify, like she's not fit enough. And I said, okay, it's fine. And my other best friend said, okay, I would testify because she was there when this pastor fetched me from home, and she knew everything because I told her everything from like she was the first person I told my story. The in the same week, yeah, or a second week, I can't remember. So when she was supposed to testify, okay, she went there and support me maybe 3 times or so. But when she was supposed to go and testify, she was nowhere to be found. When I call her, she would say, no, they called me and I'm waiting for them to fetch me because I can't just go to KZN alone. I need them to get me here and so that I can have protection and whatnot. And the police will come here and fetch her, but she won't answer her call. She won't answer her phone. Um, but still, I don't know why. Even if I ask her now, she doesn't tell me why.
What sort of evidences
What
did you
sort of
present
evidences
against?
did you present against?
Uh, the thing I presented was I told them that on December after Christmas, when we came back from the pastor's wife, we went to garage. So my advocate tried getting some CCTV footage. That's the only that's the only thing I had, like, because there was no messages and whatnot, and just that there were other girls who were also violated by him. So they came forth, but when they had to open cases and everything, they just did not. So the thing that got them into trouble was their testimony, because the wife said she knows me, but the pastor
Hmm.
says he doesn't know me, like he have never seen me ever before. So that's how everything got them into trouble, and yeah, their testimony.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
How does your family feel
How
about
does
it
your
now?
family feel about it now?
Mm, excuse me. They are so happy. They're so happy. My mother is so happy, and my grand, like everyone, they are happy and they are so supportive. Like they're making sure that I'm fine. They keep on checking me and they ask me how I feel about the sentence and everything. Even my stepdad is so supportive. So they're all supportive and they are happy. Yeah. The only worry they have is the congregation, since they are sending some messages and whatnot, but they are happy.
How would this help you to
How would
heal?
this help you to heal?
I've found closure. I've always wanted to get some closure, and now this is a new chapter, and I'm hoping and I believe that I would heal, like completely heal along the way. But since he's in jail, I'm sure and I do believe that I will be fine, like completely heal.
Hmm. There are many girls that have been in your
There are
situation but
many
don't want
girls
to
that
speak
have been
out.
in your situation but don't want to speak out.
They're afraid.
They're afraid.
What sort of advice would you give them?
What sort of advice would you give them?
I would say they should come forth, like open a case, make some noise, use media, use social platforms. Making noise helps a lot. Writing
Hmm.
everything on social media, it does help because you get some attention from many people. They will come and want to help, and even if they will try to bribe or do anything, they just can't because of noise that is being made. So I'll just say, come forth, open a case, fight for your rights, fight for justice. Like everything will be fine.
Hmm. There are so many messages here. I can't wait. I cannot read all of them because of the
There are so many
echo.
messages here. I cannot read all of them because of the echo.
Okay.
Um,
Is there anything you want to say, Palm, in conclusion?
is there anything you want to say, Pam, in conclusion? Ella?
No, I would just want to say thank you, Solomon. Like, thank you so much for helping me, for being supportive, asking each, like every week, like, how is your case? How is everything? And pushing everything, taking me to CRL, to attend Shelley Foundation, um, to like everything. Like, thank you so much.
Hmm.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hmm. No, thank you for staying strong. Thank you for persevering.
No, thank you for staying strong. Thank you for persevering.
And may God bless you. I wanted to pray for
And
you, but there's so much
may God
echo.
bless you. I wanted to pray for you, but there's so much echo.
Um,
Mm.
but I speak God's blessing over your life, and you
I
will
speak
find
God's
healing,
blessing over your life, and you will find healing,
and you will take this pain and turn it around by the
and you
grace
will
of
take
God
this pain and
into
turn it
something
around
positive.
by the
And
grace
we
of
thank
God
God for
into
justice.
something positive. And we thank God for justice.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pam. God bless you. Have a good
Thank
evening.
you, Pam. God
Okay.
bless you. Have a good evening.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.